everybody, and welcome to the Shardverse 1385. It's been an interesting night. Uh, Sometimes we take a little longer than we want, but it happens. Um, Last time, when we left the group of fair adventurers, they had just fought some nanites, and their car had blown up. Um, a little bit more time has passed since then. Um, and oh, damn it. So we'll start with Lollipop. Where are you
hmm
and Hugo at the moment?
Uh, well, we just finished that fight, and
A
I'm
couple
kind
hours
of
have passed since then.
a couple of hours.
Long enough for Hugo to stop by the armory and give all the proper codes and get a brand new suit of armor.
Well, I definitely want to give him a once over. Maybe we're in the med lab if we can get the doctor to go away.
Well, yeah, we're gonna have to get to the med lab. Your normal doctor is currently busy.
Good. That means I get to check him out, and maybe um, I can't remember charity.
Well,
No,
shit.
no,
No,
no.
check.
Cha-
No, no. Temperance.
Temperance,
Yeah,
not charity,
temperance
not
is otherwise
chastity.
occupied at this moment, but the other doctor will leave you. It's not the first time he's had to leave his own lab.
Yeah.
Um, Currently Hugo is in some elven armor, complete with helmet. So and the helmet is tinted, so he's got some bonuses to not being like. I've never seen a Spothane that was made up of eyeballs. So, give me a life science check.
Okay.
All right, so everything is working in harmony like it would if you were looking at nanites under a microscope. They are all one, but um, I mean, you can ask him questions. Uh, yeah, you look curious, Father. Ask away.
Well, I'd like to find out how exactly you fit together, considering you have your eyes. And also, do you see out of all of them at once, or can you just not pay any attention to the ones that are covered with armor?
I can just pay not attention to the ones that are covered with armor. I currently have 36 eyes functioning for vision.
That's a lot of eyes. So you only identify as a single being, right?
Yeah, we are one. We are legion.
Don't use that quote. That's not a good quote. Uh, so, can you detach parts of yourself and have them act independently?
Well, first, Father, we should probably disable the cameras.
Yes, definitely. Okay. Hmm, I've got computers.
Give it a shot, of course. So you're 99% sure that the computers have been disabled for the moment. Hugo takes off his helmet, and suddenly there are, probably 1,000 or so eyeballs, pawpaws that is, in a singular sense, all flying around the room. And then they form next to his armor, just in time to catch it.
All right. That's nice. So you can act independently as parts. How many parts can you keep track of at once?
At this moment, Father, we are 1,100 strong.
And if they each had a different job, different place to watch, you'd be able to do that and still function properly.
If I can see everything in this room except for the ones that technically, well, no, they'd just be closed. The ones that are acting as my feet, Father, don't see at all, but everything else see.
All right. Great.
As far as multitasking, I don't know. I've never tried. Perhaps
All right.
now is not the best time for experimentation. What else
Nah.
did you need to learn? And what will you tell the others?
Well, we're probably going to have to tell him the whole thing, but I do want to know if it's still important for you to keep the Hago Yamin inside you, because they're really going to want that back.
If it is needed, Father, needed, I put emphasis on that word, then I will of course help with the Hegel Yemen. Every moment I have with it, I learn more about it.
So you're learning more about the Hago Yamin. There was a possibility that terraforming information that we got about it, where it changed the mountain into a plain, could that be done to, say, an entire planet at once? And not destroying things, just altering.
So, in the case of the mountain, the footage that or the footage, from the information in your report, or your personal diary rather, you said that it leveled the mountain into a plain. That is just destruction, not necessarily terraforming. I will attempt to learn more for you, Father.
Please do so. It will be helpful. If you need access to the program I made that originally got as much information as we already have out of it, you can access that as well.
Yes, Father. I've learned about said information. Anything that was stored in your personal computers were the first things I looked through once I could gain access.
Yeah, and
I
here I
will
thought
keep
it
you
would
up.
be safe to just have my computers all around me without keyboards since I don't need them to work them. But I guess you got that from me, huh?
If it could smile, it'd be smiling now. Thank you, Father. Now, meanwhile, on the other side of Cadillac Ranch, Claire, what are you and Rem doing at the moment?
Uh, well, that's a good question. I think Rem probably would be more the one who's deciding. So,
Hmm.
Rem, what are we doing right now?
I was trying to remember what we did last. So,
I think last time we were just finishing off dealing with the nanites. I think that Clet is religiously stalking through the halls. Actually, this is a good opportunity. It's not Clet. There is a mountain eel stalking through the halls right now, trying to find any traces of nanites.
Give me some checks.
All right.
Give me three.
What do you need?
Three.
What'd you say,
Hmm.
Chris?
Three.
A 3?
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
It's still a fairly big asteroid that you guys are on. There's
Oh
a lot
yeah,
of ground to cover.
absolutely. I'll grab you a sense mode of Jesus, a survival.
I, I think there are nanites in this wall. I sense them.
Yeah, I'm sensing their motive.
I can
They
do
are hungry.
detect spell out.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck is armor he had?
So that's a 22 on my survival check. As you just see this massive mountain eel pause and like use its skin nose gland thing to like sniff the air, like taste the air,
Mhm.
and then continue to look for gray goo.
All right. So occasionally you hear um, soldier designation class private has moved on to the next section. Evacuate the area properly. So they are getting out of your way because you're a giant mountain eel in a fucking complex.
Yeah, exactly. Clay at this point is doing what he thinks will make him the most effective hunter.
Mm.
Which actually, now that I'm thinking about it, with the mountain eel, I do get a +2 on that survival check. As
Mm.
long as you're counting the gray goo as a creature.
Okay. And
Yeah.
Rem, you're just following. Are you looking at porn again?
No, I'm gonna do the same work with him and do what Clet is doing, but then do detect every now and then to see if there's like nanite things within like 60 feet, I think it is.
Is that detect tech?
Yeah.
DE.
Yeah, I can put it in the Budokai so you can read it there.
Oh. Okay, which there it is. Thank you. Okay, so far in this first area that you've been through, it's been well searched by the both of you, and there's nothing. This will continue on through the second area as well. And the third area, you're in crew quarters. And Clay, give me another survival. No, not survival. Yeah, survival.
Yeah. So theoretically, this is okay. Yeah. Theoretically, a 36 if we're counting them as a creature, but a 34 if not, and a
So-
34 is pretty damn good.
Do you remember that Raxolite that you saw at the recycle plant? You catch gray goo scent,
Mm-hmm.
and when you go through the door, there's that little Raxolite, and he is about, let's see. Oh, he's about 75% gray goo right now, and that's initiative for you, Clay.
All right. Hell yeah. This will be the first time I get to fight as a mountain eel. Let's see here. Let me real quick pull up the mountain eel page, which I actually have shortcutted on my sheet. Because I am smart. Let's see. So
I'm probably right behind you too.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna roll a d20 plus 4. Come on. There we go. I still act second. Oh well.
Oh, okay. So, does a 26 hit your KAC?
Good question. Let us consult the mountain eel.
Oh, great mountain eel. Tell me the stats.
Oh, great mountain eel. It is hit.
And I'm going to need you to make a... Hang on.
Fortitude, 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 fortitude.
Yeah, fortitude save.
Hey! My fortitude save is a +6 as a mountain eel.
Good luck.
God damn it.
Okay. So, what special abilities do you have as far as being a Ravi hunter?
So
Is there anything you can do to bump that up?
So if it's gonna apply a status effect, I could drop out of mountain eel form because it works as if it were polymorph, which would drop my status effects and bring my health to what my current health should be.
Okay. So
I could do that on my
going to
turn.
be, it will be a status effect.
Okay.
And yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
If you're going to drop out and polymorph and that ends the effect, then I'm good with that.
Okay.
That'll
Yeah,
make it his
because
turn again.
yeah, that's fine. Probably whatever. What
Actually-
is happening?
Rem, I guess you should make one too,
Yeah.
since you're there.
A will?
Okay. No, not a will. I need you to make an
initiative?
initiative.
Yeah.
So when it hits you, you can feel them searing into you. And like literally it's kind of like when you put one up your nose, except instead it feels more like they hit your bloodstream. And it's painful, but not painful enough to cause damage. Other things
Yeah, I don't
might
like
have
that.
happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
So now that misses, and it only gets the one attack. So Oh, Rem, I'm so sorry. Why don't you go ahead and attack it before it does that? What you see is all of a sudden, Clez back in Clef form, and there's a 75% nanite-ridden Raxolite corpse, and it's attacking.
I don't know. Let's mind thrust the fuck out of it.
Hell yeah.
No.
Okay, let's do it as a second level spell. Sounds fun.
40-10. So roll the 40-10.
Does it get its will saving throw?
Oh yeah, you're right. So. And you are 13th level? 14th level, Scott.
See, 8. Yeah, 14.
Okay. So 10. Okay. Well, that kills the Raxolite.
Nice. Yeah, Clef probably morphs into the back into Clef from Mountain Eel form. He's burned that for the day, and he probably is just like, ugh, these things, they fight. An obvious statement. He's a simple man.
Oh, from the inside.
Yeah, they fight from the inside. There we go.
Technically, I fought from the inside too. But I weird mind thrust thing.
So-
It was fun.
Rem, because technically you're not supposed to be, blonde. You did see him get hit by these things.
I'm trying to find that one spell that does like the detect whatever to see if one implanted itself inside of Clef.
Okay. Take your moment. Meanwhile, on the other side of Cadillac Ranch, Fable. Check your chart, bro.
Fable is finishing the upgrades to his to the upgrades to his right arm. And he now he flexes his hand and there's like a retractable spike pops out of his wrist on his right hand and pops back in. And he's like, and he kind of like and he kind of
Make
shrugs.
a perception check.
Okay. And he's also going to send a message out to Clay because he wants to have a conversation with Clay.
Okay.
Uh,
So you didn't notice anything, and that's good. So there's that. And then doom to doom doom doom. Doom to doom doom doom. Claire, your pocket is vibrating. Doom to doom doom doom.
Yeah, Clay will. He'll actually smack the chest out of his armor, which will pop the comm out near his head. He'll say, he'll probably say, "There are nanites aboard."
While he's on the phone, I want to do the detect affliction thing.
I'm going to, yeah, and I think Fable was like, Clay, I need to speak to you privately. And there's and to be completely clear, it's not like Fable lopped his had his right arm lopped off and replaced with something else. He's already an android. He basically just upgraded
Oh
it
yeah.
to an MK2 weapon prosthesis. He has a general idea now that leaving bits of himself laying around is a bad idea. Upgrading himself, one thing. Leaving bits of himself laying around, not so much.
Rem, after doing that spell on your friend, you immediately want to get on the phone for someone that can't come help right now. So you want to go to a med station.
Does that mean that I am afflicted?
You are afflicted, but it hasn't been 5 minutes yet.
I think that probably Claire. Do you tell Claire?
Yeah. Do you tell
Like,
Claire?
Rim would be like, yeah, you're infected. Crap. Okay, we need to fix that. We need to get to a medical facility and proper stuff around to, not get you overtaken because you're pretty cool.
Claire's gonna scratch his chin and go, hmm. And then he's going to get back on the phone with Fable, who he put on hold for just a brief moment, and then go, it appears that I am affected with nanites. You may meet me in the med bay if you wish. I may die soon. And then just hangs up.
That's what happens. Check your chart.
Yeah, I think Fable probably scratches his chin and fucking, because I imagine at this point he's probably under heavy surveillance. Like with the computer lab he's working in, probably has cameras everywhere. Because
Who gave you internet access? No, I'm kidding.
because
Actually, who gave him internet access?
yeah, but well, he would have been, unless somebody specifically told him no. After the meeting we had last time, he was like, I need to do some stuff, I need to check some things. But he would have obviously subjected to the idea that they were going to want to have him on camera at all times,
Mm.
given the circumstances. But unless
That's
somebody
probably
told
at
him,
least one of the ways
yeah,
you're being watched. Yes.
I was going to say, and unless you guys
Imagine
told
your
me,
paranoid military complex.
I was going to say, well, unless I was going to say, yeah, obviously, but unless somebody tells me I'm not allowed to work on, in the computer lab and whatnot, then that's probably where he's at. I mean, he
Okay,
probably,
so go ahead.
I don't
Are,
know.
are you going
Actually,
to
yeah. So yeah,
are you going to the med lab? Are you going to keep working on this?
I'm probably going to keep working on this. Like the
Okay.
fact that Clet is possibly infected with nanites at this point.
And
He's
possibly going to die.
Wait.
well,
Claire is infected with nanites,
right.
and you, at the very least, have been updated on the fact that the nanites that you were or that they were fighting last week were nanites from Fakel 42. So you're just going to ignore this?
No, it's not that he's going to ignore this. He's actually going to be. He's probably got a camera on the bay, but he also knows that. But the fake Fable or the other Fable, the Fable from that went the other direction. Like
So
he
all of
want
your back doors
he.
have been eliminated. You're going to have to give me a computer's check to access that camera feed.
All right, that's fine. I mean, he wouldn't have necessarily felt like he had to hack. He would have probably
By the way,
asked.
did you re-roll? Or no, you still had ones from last time because it's the same day. My bad.
Uh, 3. What's my? Oh, God damn it! I think I only had one left. I gotta go.
You used the 16 last time. That's the best I can remember for you.
Well, I used 2 16s. I only have the 11 for this. So 11 plus 17, or not 17, 11 plus 19. So that's
30?
30. Yep, 30.
Okay. You managed to open up the feed to the med bay.
Okay. But yeah, he's going to be watching the situation. But at this point, like from where he's at, but at this point, there's not a lot like putting himself right in the direct path of these nanites has already been stated as maybe that's going to be something he's going to have to do, but it's also a very dangerous process because what happened to the other Fable 42, and he's going to have to go into that with some sort of insurance, um, before, because it could make things even worse.
He could, I suppose. So, Rim, do you inform anybody else of this? I realize that the captain and his brother are currently detained, but
I would at least send a message to him. I wouldn't directly call him and be like, Medbay, Claire got attacked somewhere. We're taking him to get taken care of. Just send that type of message.
How'd you like to be signature number?
ooh, I would not like to be signature number 2. Okay. So, there you get a message. So you and Claire show up at the med bay. What do you tell the doctor?
Apparently, I have nanites. Clay is not mincing words.
Okay, well, if you say that, if you say that to the exact way that you just said to the military doctor, the first thing he's going to do is hit the button, and then you're going to be put inside a very nice, very fucking defendable fucking cube for examination.
Quarantine.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I want to explain to the doctor that it's only been, the time it took us to walk from that other area to here. He may have another.
Oh, make another fort save for me, Claire.
Another fort save, you said? Okay.
Yes, please. DC 15.
Okay. Let me see here. Fortitude. 17.
So your arm where you were struck throbs and you feel them trying to spread, and through sheer force of Claire, you focus and they stay put.
Oh, perfect. Can I actually tell them to cut my arm off? Because I have another set of corpse arms I want to pick up. I just look at them and I say, "This arm is nothing to me. Please remove it so I may not die from these things. I can feel them. They course
didn't
through my
take away
body."
your weapons, Claire.
Say what?
Cut his arm off.
Okay, if you're gonna cut his arm off, that's fine. Otherwise, you still had blades. You could have just been like, "I have them here."
Yeah, that's true. Probably less sloppy for the medical professional to cut my arm off, but if it comes down to it,
No.
I can always chop
Rem
it
has
off.
volunteered as your cousin to do the job for you.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, because I know Claire, and when he comes to that point, he's like, we have options. So I'm like, yeah, all right, lay down. I'll take your arm off.
Excellent.
You got to do a ritual. Come up with something to soften.
Heh.
I'm
By
just
the
kidding.
way, Claire, are we in an arms race for body modification or something?
Oh, yeah. How many do you got? Because I got 8 right now.
Well, both of my arms are weaponized prosthesis at this point, plus the laser eye, the integrated weapons in the weaponized prosthesis arms.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah.
I'm at this point, I can turn into a mountain eel. I think that that might be a little bit on the upper end, but I welcome the challenge because I do have plans.
That's great.
Mm-hmm,
You're going for all these biological and necrotic and necrograph things, and I'm just straight off on cybernetics. I might get some magic
yeah.
at some point. I don't know.
I'm thinking about some Magitech too at some point. I did pick up Dermal Plating Mark III, which is pretty good.
I might get
like
anti-magic
3PR.
skin I don't know if I'm high enough level for that, but
I think you are. If you're up to level like 11, I think that anti-magic skin is. I think it's available.
I'm pretty sure it's 11.
Mm-hmm.
I
I was looking through stuff.
Because I have money.
Yeah.
Father, I've detected across the bands that there was another nanite problem. Your friend Claire has been taken to the med bay.
Oh, you mean right next door? Great. This is wonderful.
Yeah. Is it
because
that close? Oh,
we were
yes,
in the
I guess
med-
we are in close proximity.
Great. Button up
I'm
your
not
clothes.
going.
We're
Fuck
gonna
that guy. He tried to kill me.
True.
button up your stuff. We're gonna take a look, and maybe we can.
Oh yeah, we
help
are in a
out.
different med bay. You're right. That's hilarious. Okay. So yeah, sorry, Father. I forgot where we were. Anyway, all the bugs jump back into the suit of armor, and now there's a tinted elven set of armor that has a body in it.
Yep. So we go over to the other med bay room. Now, what's going on here? You went and got.
Of surgically removing his arm above the location.
Actually, just as you walk in, you see a blade raised, and suddenly Rem lays into Cle's arm, and then there's a moment where the arm is separated from the Cle. And the
Hey,
fist is still clenched so tight.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I say, okay, that needs to be burned. Like,
Actually, they put it in a the same kind of box that they were in, a climate
Yeah.
box, to save it as a sample. But
Mhm.
they are still not letting you out of quarantine quite yet. They're going to run a shit ton of tests and make sure that every single nanite was in that arm like you thought it was.
And
I'm helping as well with that.
Well, yeah, you're stuck in quarantine with them because you were, in the vicinity.
Cle the entire time is going to be looking at these
Oh.
military doctors.
And
And
about 45 minutes into it, the second Rexelite ends up in quarantine with you guys. Hey guys, what's up?
Are you fully infected?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
But they said I had to come here because I hung out with Jeffrey.
Detect affliction on him.
Okay. No, this Rexelite seems to be completely unaffected.
Okay, then Cle's going to mostly ignore him and just talk to these military doctors and just say, the types of arms that I require may be procured by Eox. I wish for them to be exact copies of these. And he lifts up his top arms. He's basically just telling these doctors, yeah, you had to cut off one of my arms, so give me 2 arms and cut off the other one as well. Fix them.
I need a
this
set
is
that
Cle.
matches.
Yeah.
I must match because otherwise my wardrobe will not function properly.
Right? No, Cle's just fucking he's treating this arm as if this arm didn't matter to him. You know what I mean? He's just like, yes, the arm had to go. Well, let us replace it then.
Are they chainsaw arms?
They are not. I don't think I have. Wait, are there chainsaw
I don't
arms
think
in
there
this
are
game?
chainsaw arms. I'm sorry.
Fuck, I really. Well, now you
That
want.
would be cool.
By the way, side note, I have 13 DR now that I'm doing the math. This is dumb. I love this. But yeah, I think that Cle is just with one of his corpse arms. He's because he has ambidextrous, so he can use all 4 of his arms just as equally. He's writing down on a data slate just this information to these. I'm sure. I mean, how are the medical staff responding to Cle just very casually going, "Oh, you had to take this arm? Well, take the other one and give me some corpse arms."
Well, sir, the bonus we have here is, there are many people that have cybernetics, so it's fairly common for everyone to just be like, give me a better arm.
Yeah,
It's
he's
not, oh, I got my arm blown off at work, so I got a new one. It's, there's this really cool arm, and I think I'll like how it looks on me, so just take this, meat one and give me the metal one.
Yeah, and he probably says something to the tune of, "I have already promised my useless husk whenever I am dead to the Eoxians. This will be the debt should be able to be paid even further forward with 2 more arms."
So as far as it goes, the only thing that you catch flack for is Eoxian parts are most of the time, illegal.
Oh yeah, no.
Which is you had to go through the weird people or that weird the weird Yusukai chick.
Yeah, and Cle doesn't really think much about that. He just goes, "Well, I've already got these corpse arms, and they know they're corpse arms, so what are they going to do? Deny me more corpse arms?"
Yeah, so it'll cost you what? I said illegal parts for 20% more.
Yes,
So
but
whatever the cost is. Go ahead.
You sure you want
you're
to
trying
stick
to get
with
the military
flesh?
to pay for them?
Well, so I'm doing. Remember, we talked about for the first 2 arms. I don't know if this will apply for the second arms set of arms, but hey, I'm selling my body to Eox so I can get these for 10% cost.
Oh, you're right. That is what we decided. So go ahead and do it that way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mara. I forgot.
Oh, you're good. No worries.
Are you sure you want to stick with flesh? I mean, he holds out his prosthetic arms and gestures to his prosthetic legs. Metal is a little bit better. It doesn't break as much.
Metal is super metal.
Even with these dead, or even with these dead, with this dead flesh, I feel more than if I were to have metal. Besides, I require the feeling of life. And like, he just like looks off in the distance as if this means something.
Mm.
All right then, you feel life from the dead parts. Gotcha. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
He's not
Yeah.
going to try and explain why that's an oxymoron.
Oh yeah, and Kled just scratches his chin and goes, as he is wont to do.
Charity, you and Temperance have both been in a meeting with the general. And when you finally get done with it, you look down at your comms, and there's at least 2 messages, and they're from Rim about Claire, and Claire has been infected by nanites, and they are currently in Med Lab 3.
It's just one of those work days.
Mm-hmm. Walk in, Jerry eats your lunch. Fucking Kled has nanites. One of those
Is that-
days.
Garfield poster on the wall. I
Yeah.
hate arm days.
No. See, Fable 42 walks in. It's that fucking Garfield meme with the picture of Garfield with the no sign over, and it's just Fable 42. Huh? Wonder who.
I wonder who that
for.
sign's for. Yeah. No.
But, yeah, they'll both go to the med bay, and as soon as like they're there, like Temperance is boom immediately there doing fucking sciencey bullshit with their biolab.
And you'll notice
yeah.
Kled is missing an arm and like bossing around these military doctors to basically order me another one of these things from this death contract I have with Eox. Like which I don't think you knew I had. Wait, did you?
No.
Yeah. So you now know that Kled has one of those death contracts, which is, hey, whenever you die, we get your body.
Environment box. So the infected arm is in an environment box, and right about the time that you get set up, the energy output from the box is going off the charts. It's in a secondary quarantine room within the first quarantine room, so you have that going on for you. But at this point, Klez's former arm is a bunch of nanites trying to eat their way out of the box.
Did they take my weapons?
No. But
I
it
think-
is inside of another quarantine room. So, and this is a military base. I assume someone's about to say something.
Okay, yeah, because Kled would have shot it if it was in the same room as him, but
That would have
You
been
know.
horrible. The ricochet within a room.
yeah.
Pating, pating. Oh, you shot yourself. So yeah, right about that time. Temperance, do you say anything to the other scientists?
Sorry, remind me again what the scan result was.
The nanites are trying to eat their way out of the environmental box that they got put in after Clay had Rim cut off his arm.
They're currently trying to escape. I would incinerate that box or send it into the depths of the nearest star.
And when you say that, that's when it hits on their sensors, because you're just better than their equipment.
Mm.
And they push the button, and an implosion happens within inside the box.
Told you to burn it, but no, you had to put it in a box.
Kled probably releases his grip on his swagger hand cannon as he stares as the arm disappears, and then he casually continues doing what he was doing, like being like, this is the mailing address in which you are to send this small pittance of money, like transfers, like, I think it's like 100 credits or something for both arms with the upgrade, because it's like 1,500 or so. No, it's 300 credits, so he'll just transfer the 300 credits.
Okay.
I'll quietly, psychically ask Hugo, did they get all of it?
It's going to take 3 days for your stuff to arrive.
Okay.
All right.
And
So,
did Hugo respond?
hang on.
Mm-mm.
One moment, Father. I'm trying to learn how to do things correctly. It does not feel as anything tainted is nearby.
All right.
I sense nothing. The force is empty here.
I think that's good.
All right. So, several hours later. So you guys have time to go and rest and regain spells and do anything else that you might need to do. They're not going to release Team Forearms until the morning. They
Yeah,
bring you whatever you want, except freedom.
I think I think like Fable probably like we like keeps tabs on what's going on in there. Like he watches with interest how they handle the nanites and what they do with them.
Mm.
You
I
know
think
what's going on with that whole thing.
I think that Clef, for his part, he will, for the first time in a while, because he got to fight and kill things and no one told him to stop while he was doing so, is going to order food. He wants 8 rations.
8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's a large creature, and he has
Yeah.
not eaten for, what was it, like 12 days?
Well, he ate that one meal when they told you about the Popeyes, and then you shot the Popeyes,
Right.
and then the Popeyes mutated and became
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah, exactly.
But you only had
So,
like a ration then, so yeah,
yeah.
you're still hungry.
Mm-hmm.
8 rations later.
Yeah, yeah.
I just sit there while he's like munching and be like, good. Notate, appetite back. Good.
Yeah. And
Who knew
and
losing an arm could be so beneficial for your health?
well, I mean, here's what's going through Klez's head. Oh, I was grounded, but then I was still allowed to fight. Oh, okay, so that doesn't mean anything. All right, well, I might as well eat because if I'm going to fight, I need strength.
Luckily, we're not hearing your thoughts.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, Temperance. After several hours of being there, everything seems to be fine. All the tests that you specifically run on Claire come back negative for being infected and or having nanites inside of him. Though you do get some strange readings from the swarm things that he is bioteched into his life.
There's one in his spine and one in his brain at this point. They kind of wormed around once he put him inside of him.
Mm. And those are interesting because, you know, they have their own pulses and stuff still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, did they? Well, they did know about that. So I guess now they're
Yeah.
seeing the results of that.
Yeah, it's one of those, weird. Anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
But now you
'Cause-
understand how they're affecting him.
yeah, and there's definitely a bit to it with Temperance of like, gee, kind of fucked up. Not gonna say anything though.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so in the morning, after everyone is well rested, what are you guys going to do? I mean, at
Did
this
we
point,
finish our search? Or are we going to
Well-
continue it?
I'm sure. Wow, I'm sure that after your incident, that the military went back and did everything over again twice. But if you wish to continue, there was a small amount of the base left that you guys had not personally searched as Mount Neil and Kasafin.
I mean, I'm going to ask Cloud what he wants to do because he was the one heading up the search thing and destroying more, and it was kind of cool.
Kind of pauses for a moment. It's the next day, correct?
It is.
Would they let me out at this point?
Yes, they let you out.
Yeah, I think that Claire will turn into a Mountain Eel again because now he actually is more effective as a Mountain Eel because he's missing his 4th arm. And he will, before he does that though, he will say, "There is more work to be done." And then you'll just hear like that wet shifting noise. Like, and he'll do that right in front of Charity and Temperance as well.
Have we seen you doing this kind of fucking bullshit before?
I don't think you guys have seen Claire turn into a mountain eel before, which, by the way, to remind you, is a 12-foot long, roughly 1-ton creature.
Yeah, the fucking gross.
So he's shorter than
Someone-
you are tall.
Yes.
Someone that can play pork chop or play with pork chop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, and their eyes are fucking disgusting.
Yep.
Yeah, but you can get a whole outfit of cool things out of those parts.
Also, those eyes have paralyzing gaze to them. They're basically a basilisk. Is the whole idea?
Yeah,
Is there this
Are
system's
they basic?
basilisk?
Yeah, they're like the Starfinder basilisk.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, both of
Hi.
them probably know enough then to like immediately not be looking towards your face.
Yeah.
But
And
Cherry
Colette will just.
What? What? You know what? I don't care anymore.
Colette just slithers off.
I walk right behind you, saying nothing to nobody. Just come
Alright.
with you.
So go ahead and give me your checks, and we'll see if you find anything else.
Excellent. Let me get that survival. Bow.
Ooh, look
Wow.
at that. You find nothing.
Hell
There's no
yes.
need for you to even try, Rim.
Hell yeah. I think Kleb probably, once he's finally finished, transforms back out of a mountain eel, seeing how he won't need that for the rest of the day. And he'll go, he'll put his hand, he'll like reach up with one of his arms, but then realize it's just a stump right now, and then reach up with another arm and just go, "It appears that the base is clear of nanites." And he'll send that to the team and to the military.
All right. And the military concurs because their sweeps have shown nothing.
I'm
So-
satisfied.
Oh, he's choking to death.
Oh yeah, I need to go and see Fable because Fable needs to speak to me.
Yes, and that was what I was about to bring up, but right now
Mhm.
he's choking to death.
Don't
So-
die.
I'm okay. I'm alive. I'm alive. It's okay.
Good.
Hang on. Hang on.
If you died, I'd have to kick your ass.
Father,
Yes, you go.
so I've learned of a task that we should perform.
What's the task, and who do we need to do it?
We just need you and I, Father. It's called Catch. And I would like to play it with you.
All right. Is this something you've decided we need to do?
It seems that it's a fairly common practice across several species of something that fathers do with their children.
All right. Yeah, it's sort of a bonding experience. I get that.
All right. So, back to you guys. So you go to find Fable, or do you just do you
Yeah,
call him?
I'll go find Fable.
Oh, okay. Fable, where are you?
I don't know. I imagine I'm probably working in a computer lab because I'm probably doing my downtime activities that will allow me to possibly give a reroll to fucking temperance.
Okay, that sounds fine. So it takes you a little bit, but you do find him.
Yeah. And I walk in and say, "The nanites have not conquered me. They have been severed from my body. Apologies for the potential worry I may have caused." And then he'll just sit down.
Yeah, I think Fable kind of turns and looks at you. Maybe like there's a few screens up with like charity and temperances, like past and life and whatnot, and these kind of, and he lets these all go to like a fucking hold status mode, like or whatever. He kind of turns around and is like, "There is a thing I need to ask of you. It is not a duty that you owe me, but perhaps a duty you owe to those you would protect, and to those you to prevent worse things. There is a danger I am aware of that I cannot share with very many people at this point. I think I have an idea of how things might turn out. some of it'll be good, some of it'll be bad. But if it comes right down to it, there are many possibilities. As a warrior, you understand duty, and as a ally, you understand loyalty. I don't necessarily agree with your decision to do the secondary fire with the Hago Yemen weapon, but I do understand that you did it from loyalty to your. So
Cousin.
he kind of he kind of paces back and forth a little bit, and he says, if it looks at any time, if I go down and it looks like the swarm is going to take me and there is no chance for rescue, I need you to make sure that they do not get my body off the battlefield. Every part of me is to be destroyed without fail. Can you do this for me, Clay? Can you do this for the timeline?
And Clay kind of pauses for a moment and scratches his chin and goes, And he's actually going to reach into his armor and he's going to pull out 2 grenades. And he's going to hand one of them to you. He says, this solar flare grenade should be great enough to burn most of your corpse. If I see that you have pulled the pin on this grenade, I shall throw the second. Without fail, this should mostly destroy, or this should destroy all, if not all that would matter.
And he nods and he says, I hope it never comes down to that, but it may be the only card we have to play.
He kind of, go ahead.
He says, I can't speak of this to the commander or his brother. They will attempt to follow military protocol and probably take it up the command chain. This is bigger than any particular military command chain in this time or even in my own. He says, I can't ask this. He says there is I doubt Lollipop could go through with it, I would ask that you speak of this with no one, not even your cousin.
And he kind of pauses and he says, I will do this thing. However, in the time that I have been here, I have learned one thing. Though young, our commander and his brother are more insightful than they may seem. I disagree with many things they say, but believe you me, I believe that they care no money, or they give no love lost for the military itself, only the people within it. That is the mark of a good leader.
And that's exactly why they can't know about this. Because as a good leader and good men, they will try beyond reason to salvage their people. There may come a point where that is a foolish notion.
Oh, Rowan, they said such nice things about you.
He said, he said,
Temperance might just shoot you in the back of the head while you're sleeping, to be
I was about to
honest.
say, yeah, Temperance I don't trust to do that. I think that if you told Temperance to do it, he'd go, fuck yeah. But I think Charity, you might have a point.
Yeah,
you know.
But either way, there is always the danger that they would talk to each other about the situation.
Of course.
Like,
the only one to keep Temperance from having a full moment,
sociopath moment.
Yeah, full sociopath moment would definitely be his brother, because that's like the only person that he really cares about. Well, not cares about. He's not an actual sociopath. He's just kind of trying to think of a good way to say it. Different.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you could be a sociopath and still be a good person. There's a lot of people who, like, are suspected to have... Say what?
Pretend really well.
Yeah, and not just that.
It's not even sociopathy, though. It's just that he's probably a little autistic, like, legitimately.
Yeah,
so
he's like...
doesn't get the social stuff.
Yeah, he's also like a hyper-pragmatist.
Right.
Yeah. Which totally makes sense, yeah. But I think that Clay would probably look at you and he'd say, well, is there any other business?
He says, he says, not in particular. I simply wanted to. He said, I needed to. He said, I simply needed to speak to somebody who I knew would have the greatest capacity and chance of accomplishing this.
Aw, Fable made a friend finally.
Yeah.
A
Well,
best friend, but a friend nonetheless.
A friend that
Yeah.
you can't talk about.
well, it's that thing where it's like in Fable's mind, Klez is the perfect person to ask because Klez has shown that he doesn't really give a shit about the military rules or the consequences thereof. Like he'll do something if he feels that there is a duty to do something. Plus,
Mhm.
he's a big, bad, strong warrior. And if he can't make sure that Fable's corpse is destroyed before it's taken off the battlefield by enemies, there's probably not much chance anybody else is going to either.
Yeah.
So,
So I would ask you put a Mark II solar flare grenade on your sheet, and I
Okay.
have taken one off of my ammo count and put it in my inventory, so I never use that one.
Let's change the color of the flare and then give it a special name.
Yeah, I'm just naming it Fable Solar Flare Grenade.
Mm.
So I have one Mark II Solar Flare Grenade I can use in combat, and I have one that is saved as the Fable Contingency. Actually, that's what I'll name it, the Fable Contingency.
Wait, wasn't that what Fakel called it?
No,
Was
he
it?
called his was Protocol
Protocol.
43.
Yeah.
Literally Protocol 43.
Okay, it was protocol. I thought it was contingency also. And I
Yeah.
was like,
Protocol.
I mean, that would be kind of funny if, like, unintentionally you named it the exact same thing.
Protocol 44.
Protocol 43, but better.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that Clay will give you a warrior's clasp with his right side arm. I've just decided it was one of his right side arms, so he'll do it with his right side arm that isn't gone. He'll give you a
Right.
warrior's clasp.
Yeah.
And then he's going to say, "I have a package to wait for," and he's just gonna leave. And that's legitimately what he's gonna do. He's gonna train, and when he's not training, he's essentially just gonna stare at a wall, waiting for his new arm to come in.
You're
Well,
gonna Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah.
He would probably notice that Fable 42's right arm has now been upgraded. Like it now, it now is much like it. You can tell. You could probably see that it's another weaponized prosthesis because you're close enough. You could see that, but you're
Oh,
not
yeah.
sure what weapon is in it necessarily because he didn't necessarily show it. But you're like, huh, that's got all the markings of a cybernetic weapon arm. Now he's got two,
Right.
so
Yeah. Which pretty soon, I mean, you probably already know if you were watching the cameras what Clay is getting, but pretty soon you're going to see that, you'll notice that Clay has another set of undead arms as well.
right,
So yeah.
yeah. So it's like,
Yeah, I think everyone on this ship is a little bit of a body modder.
Rem, do you have any body modification?
Not that I know of.
Oh,
Have you
okay.
even
So
given yourself your personal upgrades? That's a no. God.
Maybe.
Ooh.
If you
That
haven't given
means
yourself personal upgrades in Starfinder, you're missing out. That's what
Oh,
money
yeah.
is for.
Oh yeah.
Even if
Those
those
are-
are the only upgrades that you give yourself. I mean, why wouldn't you want to be stronger, smarter, faster for just a little bit of cash?
True. But they are good. Would recommend. If you don't though, you're playing on hard mode, and I commend you for hard mode.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't even like most of us have gotten to the point where you don't even like mention the personal upgrades because we just assume everybody's gonna get them.
Oh, I do, but that's just because it's real
Yeah.
cool to put worms in my body.
All of Zai's
Me
upgrades for
too.
biotech.
Yeah. What did Zai do for his upgrades?
He did the symbiotes. So I had the brain symbiote, and then I had a charisma and a dex.
Nice, but like, what did they look like?
So, what are they called in mythology? They're literally the mushroom people from the Fae.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Not
So, yeah.
red caps, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, but literally, like, he placed them on his body, and then they, they were like, "Oh, I'm gonna live here now." La, la, la.
Yeah,
They do
yeah.
the thing.
Myconids?
That
Smurfs?
sounds right.
Because he said them going la la
I know
la
I
la
said la
la.
la la la.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he got.
Smurfs weren't the only race to have that phrase. So
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, he literally bioteched himself with Smurf, with Smurf,
Smurf
they were all
DNA.
2 apples high.
Yep,
Wait, a Smurf
Smurf
is 2
DNA.
apples high?
Yes,
Yep.
Smurfs are only supposed to be
Yeah,
2 apples
that's
high.
true.
Well, how
Well-
fucking big is Gargamel then? Because that motherfucker.
Like 6'8".
Yeah, Gargamel's over here, like, being... what did he even want them for?
Uh,
Did he eat 'em?
so you could turn them into gold, and then he wanted to eat them.
Yeah.
What if
He
the
had,
whole
like, 2
time
or
he
3
figures...
different-
He
Yeah,
finally eats them, and they just taste awful.
Robot Chicken did a bit about that.
Oh, well,
Yep.
shit.
They would,
honestly,
wouldn't they?
I assume they're like the Demira, the camel people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They have tasty as their like trait, so if you get a taste of Smurf meat, you
Or like
always want more.
Gorons.
Mm.
Yeah, Gorons also have tasty. Any bite attacks against them do extra damage.
I must
say
hunt this
Gorons
thing
and
down.
I think of Zelda.
No. Gorhan or Goahran or something like that.
Okay,
It's
so
spelled
not
different.
Gorons,
Yeah.
not the rock people who are too stupid to realize we eat rocks.
No.
We can't get into
No.
this temple though; it's blocked off by rocks. Also,
No,
we're
it's-
starving.
No, these Gorons are plant people.
Yeah, and they're tasty apparently.
They're one of a few plant races you can play. So,
So, like, would you guys eat a Goron though?
I'm pretty sure that.
I'd eat a
counts
little bit as a treat.
I mean, I feel like that would be too
Evil?
close to cannibalism. I mean, it's a sentient being, man.
I'm
Pretty sure that's like a
No.
chaotic evil action right there.
But like, what if they cut off a finger just for you to have it? Like they were
That's-
like, "Hey,
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you've
ethically
watched
sourced. That makes it
Beastars.
vegan.
mm. They are plant people." Mm.
Yeah, it's okay because they're vegan they're plant sentient people. They're just
I
plants.
mean, here's the
No.
thing.
They're still sentient.
Here's the thing. If you walk into a cave full of myconids and they like shake out their psychedelic spores, that's their children that you're like consuming, essentially. Like if you breathe in their psychedelic dust, so you're getting
Is
high
it-
off their kids.
Is it their actual kids, or is it more like they never mind?
Possible children.
Yeah, I get what you were saying, Computer King. I get what you were saying, and we're not going there. But no.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So anyway,
All right, so Father,
Yes, you
I
go.
have looked into it, and I think over the next 2 days, while we're waiting for your friend's parts to come in, that we can make the necessary modifications to your mech so that you can use the Hugo Yaman when the time for battle comes. According to the latest reports from the general, which were level 7 clearance, it took me almost an hour. We're almost ready to attack the hive.
Right. Now, would that be considered something that we need the Hago Yaman for? Yes?
I have not quite discovered enough of the Hago Yaman's powers to access the feature that you speak of. Well, the direct beam is easily enough done because you got that information from the computer program from actual Fable. That's easy enough to do. But as far as the terraforming that you wanted, I haven't found out how to quite do that yet.
But the operating word there is yet. So, I need to check a few
if I
things.
figure it out now, the movie will be over, Father.
Well, you know all the stuff we did yesterday, checking you out and such. Can we check your and see if your DNA is still close to your original sources?
guess, Father. Run as many tests as you need. I
All
trust
right.
you.
Good, because I want to find out if you're still mostly Fable. I still don't even
Oh,
know which Fable you came from for sure.
I'm definitely from the real Fable. This Fable had a tainted version of nanites in him.
Ah, so, but look, you've become a composite being. Wouldn't that be something that could have originated as tainting from
Give it a
from
shot.
nanobites? Hmm,
So
we'll
far
find out.
as it goes, Father, I feel a strong connection to you and also to Triune. I've learned about religion, of course.
All right, what do you think about religion, huh?
Strange concept, but for beings to believe that there is an afterlife to go on to is an interesting quest. And since I know for a fact that gods do exist, because you said that Triune had blessed me somehow, and that was how I actually stopped just being an eyeball.
Exactly, and that's how I'm able to do some of the things I can.
Exactly.
It's gifts from trying.
And the one who they call cousin worships a different faith, but from what I've read about her, she should be okay with me unless I oppose her directly.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the case with a lot of the gods, and most people don't go up against gods directly. It's not
Oh.
productive.
Hmm.
So
So
let's see about checking your DNA versus Fable and make sure you've fallen far enough from the tree. Hmm?
the bonus is there's been recent DNA like takings from Fable when the debriefing occurred. They did blood work, checked all of it out.
Excellent.
Unless Fable fought them, and then we'll have to backtrack.
No, he was he was generally cooperative because he's trying to figure out how he wants to figure out how they can nail, like, he knows that, like, tracking down his DNA to figure out a difference from the other Fable is not going to do them. It's probably mostly a dead end.
Mm.
He would understand that they have a need to try anyway.
Oh, they managed to get a few cells from your bedroom after Fakel had taken over the bedroom for a while. So they were trying to do a comparison between what they found versus what you are at the current moment. So anyway, back to that. So give me a life science check or make a phone call so you can have someone else do that.
Yeah, make a phone call to Temperance.
Okay. Doom, 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 doom. Doom,
Speak.
doom, doom, doom.
Yeah, I just want to call you up and see if you want to help me do a little research and see if Hugo has a lot more than just a little bit of Fable's DNA.
The last time we experimented on Hugo, you know what happened.
Well, he's not
Actually,
going.
forget. It was Charity that saw Hugo the last time we played, right?
Yes, but
Okay.
Charity would have told
Charity, of course,
Temperance.
would have, yes. So, yeah, all right. So she's caught up. Or, sorry. Temperance is caught up. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I just wanted to, like, confirm.
Yeah, but this is just testing to check things. We're not actually actively doing anything to Hugo that isn't already ongoing with him.
Mm, I'll be there shortly.
All right.
And as soon as Temperance gets there, we'll fucking micro lab and start scanning. Which was a life science role, you said?
For Is it different for your biolab because you are a
Life sciences or physical science, it's either or. Pretty
Well, whichever is
much.
higher than for you.
Life science.
Okay.
Life science.
That's pretty good. So, you know how as you follow a timeline of DNA, like you start with the great great grandson of some famous soldier and then you track it back, how there are discrepancies there
Mm-hmm.
as it evolves with, the mother's DNA and such as the line goes along and how the line evolves. While you can still completely detect the entire chain that is Fable 42, it is different now as it has evolved. And there's definitely you can sense a very mutable body as far as it goes because this thing has been evolving as it learns and as each day goes on. It is stronger, it is smarter, it understands more. Um, when you get there, it's like, so today, Father and I played catch.
Fascinating.
Hmm. Yes, several species across the board have such interesting bonding rituals, and I thought that would be one that would be good for us. I think I did very well. I only dropped the ball 9 times.
It's
Out of
mostly
10
my fault
throws.
because I don't have really strong arms. I just toss it a little bit to him and he tries to catch and back and forth. I only drop mine 6.
Hmm. Well, and I'm juggling with 2 extra new arms, Father, because the cousin, I do believe, is my friend as well. Well, now, whether Rem believes that or not is completely up in the air because Rem hasn't met him since he became Hugo, or they became Hugo. Anyway, so what did you learn, Temperance Ethel?
The DNA here is similar to generational drift. As you have evolved, it has moved away from Fable 42 as a simple blueprint and more into Fable 42 as an ancestor. Not literally as an ancestor, though it is, at this point, perhaps one of the only applicable statements I could make concerning this sort of evolutionary. Triune does bless you, since isn't Triune? No, not Triune. Who's the god of
Yeah.
evolution?
Oh,
Oh,
evolution.
the God of
Uh,
Evolution, I'm not sure of.
Because there is a god of evolution. It would be that one, you would say.
I think that would be Oris.
Yeah,
O R A
Sounds
Oris.
right.
S. O-R-A-S. Oris.
Yeah, Oras has blessed you. It would seem.
All right.
According to Father, it's Triune, but I'll accept any blessings from. Is Horus a good god? I forget.
I think he's neutral. Like all Oris wants is for life to evolve and change.
He's chaotic neutral, called the agent of change. He's the
Okay.
god of
Yeah.
adaptation, evolution,
His symbol
natural
is actually the
selection.
helix. All right. So, yes, now that you bring this Horus up, he does seem of someone that I would like to talk to at some point.
Unfortunately, most of us don't get to talk to the gods.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Gods.
Father. I was unaware.
That's all right. I don't know whether I should direct you to look up clergy again or something else.
Done.
Because
Ah, I understand my faux pas. Thank you, Father.
no problem.
All right. So, will I be joining you in your mech, Father?
Yep, definitely. You're going to help me modify it so I can. Well, because you're going to be riding with me, as far as I know.
Yes, that was my plan if you allowed it.
Can use the Hago Yamin, and once we crack the nut as to, doing transformational stuff instead of just destruction.
I will keep working on it, Father. Temperance, do you need anything more of me? Or can I redirect my current needs?
Do as you see fit.
Hugo goes and sits down in a chair, and if you could see a face inside, it would be concentrating very hard. All the eyes are squinting.
Am I the only player who thinks that this is just fucking batshit insane? Like, I've just been the whole time just like, Father and I played catch, and I'm like, what?
You have found the only
No.
characters who would hear a fucking weird ass eye monster say "Father and I played catch" and go, "Ah, seems legit."
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You've created a set of characters that have created a bizarre effect even in me.
It still doesn't understand emotion to the proper degree, which is why it's so.
I'm just happy
way
that
it
he
is.
played catch with his dad. Good for him. Like,
Right. It was very something that should be done at least once. So, on to Rem. Are you watching porn again?
No.
Okay, what are you doing?
I don't know. Everybody left. Clean my room, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Everybody like,
You are a
oh,
fully functioning humanoid who has goals and things that they like and don't like. You have a day and a half until your cousin's parts arrive, so you're pretty sure you're not doing anything till then. So, what are you going to do?
study magic and understanding the different aspects of magic in the world and understanding the mechanical aspects of magic and the physical, mental capacity and charismatic capabilities of magic.
All right, I will let you get away with that. So, that takes us to Charity. What are you actually doing during this time? You just got an update that your brother has been doing tests on the thing again.
I mean, probably just relaxing and focusing on making sure that when and if we do fight the bugs, he's at peak fighting condition, so lots of contemplations of the orb, but the orb in this case is whatever silly bugger Solarian crystals he has at hand.
Oh. That reminds me. If we're just going to jump forward, no one has anything pressing they need to do in the next day and a half? Fable, check the chart.
It would probably kind of depend what is supposed to happen the next day. Is it supposed to be like day of the attack or what?
No, that is actually yet to be determined because they're
Okay.
still waiting on you guys to figure out exactly how to use the Hago Yaman. They haven't actually had much input other than that. The giant armada that will enter from several different points is ready. They're just really waiting for everyone to be informed. So, I mean, if you talk to the Vests that are dealing with that, they're like, we are ready whenever. The Ravi will die tomorrow, or whenever it is we get to go.
Yeah.
But part of this reason is I did roll a dice and it said 3 days, so you had to wait 3 days for parts to come in. Otherwise, somebody's gonna go into battle with 3 arms. They might not like that too much.
Yeah, he's probably just doing some like equipment upgrades and visiting like the weapons depot and purchasing a few items here and there.
Oh, that's true. You wanted some new arrows because you're higher level.
And I have a little bit of money, so
Well, and that's what I was going to say. If we jump forward to the day that the items arrive, everyone gets 5,700
Woo!
credits
because I'm
because that will make it a week since the last
Excellent.
time you got paid.
5,700, you said?
5,700. You guys haven't tried to get a raise, and I mean, after your incident, Clay, you probably wouldn't get a rank upgrade.
No, that's fair. Claude doesn't care. He's got
But
all
yeah,
the
no one
tools he
else has
needs to
tried,
kill the
so they're
Ravi.
not going to pay you more unless you ask.
Yeah. Clay has all the tools he needs.
Okay.
He just keeps getting more tools, but I mean, that's nice, but not necessary.
All right. So, as I said, on the third day at 3, pack standard time, a package arrives.
So yeah, Clay will have those bad boys installed and
So,
have
The weirdest part about it is when it arrives, they'll knock at your door, and when you answer, there's a gray standing there and a FedEx uniform. Sign here.
And he'll once again reach with the arm that is gone and then reach with the other arm and like sign. And he will
Okay.
say, "Thank you. May honor bestow your family."
He takes a cigarette out of his pocket, puts it in his mouth, and lights it, and then disappears.
Clay says, what a strange character, full of whimsy, perhaps a reference to a previous campaign. And he's gonna go to have those 2 new
Are you
arms
going
installed.
to ask Temperance?
Oh, I'm gonna ask my cousin. My
Oh,
cousin's
okay.
my personal doctor. Right?
Yeah, it can be.
I mean, whichever
What-
would prefer to do
Rem?
it, really.
Did you put the first set of arms on him? I forget. And I know that sounds horrible.
Oh no, it was the doctor on the ship that did it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right.
I'll
Well,
go to Temperance then.
I was going to say, Temperance has become quite the doctor recently.
Yeah, I'll go to Temperance's room and knock on his door, you know.
At 311, at Temperance's room, there's a knock at the door.
Come.
Yeah, good. Good. He'll enter the room and he will drop 2 cases with corpse arms and bone blades in them on the ground and say, "I require these to be installed upon my body."
Sit down.
Yeah, he'll sit down.
And like fucking looking at the fucking how-to video on how to do this at the moment.
You will need to remove this arm right here, and he will point at like
life science.
Yeah.
Or
I was going to say, technically, you'll...
Or medicine.
Well, no. How awesome is your kit now?
Pretty fucking awesome.
Okay, so you don't need to leave to go to the actual med bay and use it?
This thing is already like a portable med bay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure it made it
I think
to
you
that
got that
point.
at
I
7,
couldn't remember.
right?
Yeah.
Or 8? Something like that.
Yeah.
he can
All right.
he can perform surgery anywhere.
Yeah.
If that is the case,
I mean,
then yeah.
theoretically, anyone can perform surgery anywhere. It's just the results.
Eoxian files found.
Yeah.
Attaching corpse arm. Hello, and thank you for choosing corpse arms from Eox. Here's a
God.
simple video so that you can do this at home.
I
But
really-
if you can afford it, please find a physician to help.
I really love the idea of just like, what is up, guys? It's your boy, Corpse Arm 273 here, and today we're going to be installing these sick new corpse arms. Now, they're a little grody, like, you know.
But yeah, you definitely
Space
feel after
tube.
watching the video that you can can perform the surgery with ease. What is your take 20 on that
On which skill?
life science? I
That
believe?
would be 45.
Okay, so it'll take you an hour per arm, so 2 hours.
Yeah, and
So by
Clet is
5:30, you should have some new corpse arms.
like probably the best patient you have ever had. Like when you give him anesthesia, he just boom down. If you need him to do something, even if it's like pre-anesthesia, like you're like you got to poke him with a needle or something, there's no reaction. But yeah, hell yeah, I've got corpse arms now.
Temperance.
Yeah, I mean, he'll
Okay, I
put
was just
these
making
in
sure you're still there.
and just be like, there. Acceptable.
This will work greatly. And he'll scruffle your hair again, as he has now started to do, and go, "You're a fine doctor, and a good pacha."
What does that mean?
And-
Because he does know Shobad.
That means packmate.
You are also an exemplary packmate.
He will nod, and he will walk out of the room. We're friends now.
A little bit later, Rem. Rem.
Yes.
Okay. A little bit later, you decide you need something to eat, and as you go out to find that, there is your friend Claire, and he has new arms.
Feel whole now?
Say what?
Do you feel whole now for having 4 arms the way we should? As
Yes.
he puts all 4 of his arms up at the same time.
Oh yeah,
High
we'll
five.
probably do a 4-armed high five, like, and he'll definitely go, "Yes, this is the way that we are supposed to be. I cannot imagine how terribly inferior creatures with less than 4 arms, such as 2, must feel."
Yeah, I'm guessing the last 3 days must have sucked ass with only 3 arms. Just
I did feel quite unfortunate about it, but what had to be done had to be done.
This is why I didn't hesitate cutting it off.
Pragmatism. That is the way that we do. Yeah. Yeah, and I'll go and get food with you. I mean, Clay is eating again.
Hello, I would like 8 rations.
Oh, no, that was to play catch up. Now he just
Oh.
eats 2 rations, like a normal goddamn show pod.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 2 rations per meal, so, 6 rations a day, but,
Right, you eat like
still.
a hobbit, I got it.
Yeah. 11sies.
11sies.
Second
Excuse
breakfast.
me, I must go get second lunch real quick.
What did you call these? Powdered eggs? May I eat just the powder? I feel it will be more efficient. I got him. I got the GM.
Eggs have a benefit to them. Eat some eggs too.
Ew.
Mhm.
Mm.
God, can you
Alright,
imagine how
so-
terrible it would be to take a scoop of powdered eggs and eat it? I've never done it. I don't think I want to.
It sounds horrible in itself. I mean, it's going to immediately dry out all the saliva in your mouth and turn into
Yeah.
that weird half paste.
Uh-huh.
Like, have you ever tried to eat a spoonful of like cinnamon or any of
Oh,
those sweet
God.
things?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, I assume it'd be something along those lines.
Yeah.
At
Like,
best.
that's the thing is powdered eggs, when you cook them, they don't taste exactly like eggs are supposed to.
No,
but
they taste
they're-
more like an egg-flavored biscuit.
Yeah, which is fine. I could listen. There's a continental breakfast. I'm gonna kill those powdered eggs every time if I'm in a hotel, But I don't know. That's a new intrusive thought now: is eating powdered eggs and powdered form.
So they normally give you powdered eggs if you go get what is it called? I'll think of the word later. It's not important for now. Anyway, so you eat some powdered eggs.
Yeah, yeah, that's what Clay does.
All right, and so Temperance, you just performed surgery. What are you gonna do now? How do you feel?
He's going to go back to his room and make sure that all of his things are prepared. He feels nothing.
Sounds about like him.
Okay. Do you let Charity know that you've performed surgery?
Yes, and Charity's just like, you. What? I mean,
You installed corpse arms? Like,
fine.
I love how Charity's just like, why are you people doing all these things? Why are none of you normal?
War does a lot of things to all humanoid creatures.
Mm,
War never changes.
but arms can. In multiple ways.
And
Because arms...
armaments.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. I mean, they definitely lend a hand. Anyway, I'm sorry. So, at about 7 o'clock, you all get a text from the general. Check
What
the
does it
chart.
say?
Krista.
All right.
All right. Hang
That's
on.
what I said.
I was trying to remember her name. Kazabad. That's not right.
Something.
Da-da.
Lizzie the Lizard?
No.
Didn't
I
we
think
have?
that's Beskarian racist. I'm looking for that. NPC.
Sorry. Didn't mean to. Oh,
Crezidot.
jeez.
Crezidot.
Crezidot?
Krezidot. Yeah.
Yeah, because we have that handout with NPCs on it. Remember?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just took a second to find it, so as soon as you said it, I had clicked on it. And you're like, oh, Krezidot. And I'm like,
Ah,
that's right.
I
Alright.
got my eye on you, Wazowski.
That's the one.
So, I need all of you to report to meeting room 3 at 0500. And it's just a text. So,
Yeah, I've never been texted by a CO before, but that sounds like something that needs responding to. So Clay will go there. He's the guy in the group chat who, instead of not responding like a normal person would, sends an okay and just sends everyone a second notification on their phone that is completely useless.
oh, yeah, that's why we hate those kind of texting.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't care. Just tell me personally.
Yeah, exactly.
I will report to the family event whenever. That's all I need to know is the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't reply and I just show up.
All right.
I
It's
mean,
not until
we all
0500,
put
which
a
is
yes
literally like
on the
10 hours away.
attendance calendar.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's
Yep.
the one.
Please respond here, because if you don't, you will be court-martialed.
You'll be court-martialed? Fucking hell.
Yeah. This
Again?
meeting is mandatory.
Again?
This is where we actually have a flashback where we see Rem getting court-martialed from the Kasathan army for being absent-minded.
That's... Aww.
You have not done the ritual correctly for 7 days. Get out of here. Go live in the red district.
See, I was just thinking we got court-martialed whenever we didn't get fully court-martialed, but you know what I mean.
No, you were just grounded by your superior.
That's true. My dad grounded me. It's the story of my life.
It's my life. All right. I'm amusing myself too much. So, do you guys all just do your regular thing and then show up at the 5 o'clock the next morning?
Yes.
Mhm.
Where's my cocksmithing check?
Yeah.
And I'll send
I'm
Hugo to
untrusting
the
cocksmithing.
to
Oh,
my
no.
Mac.
Wait, say that again.
And I'll send Hugo to my Mac.
Okay. It's Hugo. He'll probably be monitoring through, his hacking ability.
Yep, and since he's not an actual personnel here, it's better
All
that he
the
not show
paperwork
up at the
says that he
CO's
is
office.
At this point.
Oh, but well, would the CO have sent him a message to show up?
No, it's definitely a good idea to send him to your Mac.
Yep.
All right. So, you guys wake up. It's 04:30. I'm sorry, Claire. You missed it.
Oh, damn.
But yeah, so everyone gets their rations and heads there. Does anyone go without breakfast?
Nope.
Okay. Hello. I'm glad you all came. I've been taken over by nanites, and I'm here to destroy you. No, I'm just kidding. That's not how it goes down.
I was about to say, Mr. GM, I think at this point, that would be a dumb thing, is the villain to announce their plans and then get fucking giga rolled immediately.
Or is
They
this how
harden
this
in
room
response to
implodes?
impact.
You can't hurt me,
Nanomachine,
Jack!
son.
Yeah. All right. So we're here to discuss the tentative plans for our nautical battle to take out the Ravi. Because Ravi is a better word than the other word that we're not going to use. Ha ha ha.
Glenn nods approvingly.
Of course. So, how much knowledge have you guys gained from this last week with the Hago Yemen? Have you discovered anything new that can help us?
It might be able to do some transformative abilities as well, or instead of just destruction. And that might be able to keep that wave of, soul sucking energy from happening.
Hmm. Interesting. Have we determined, Fable, the distance that a planetary blast the range would need to be for people to not have the effects?
I don't know. Do I need to make a roll on that? or do
Make
I? Or
roll
do I?
and then
Or is that just like a take 20? Because I've been doing that shit basically for days.
that's true. What is your 20?
With a take 20, my computers would be 39.
Really? That seems awfully low. Just kidding. 39. Nope, that's not enough. Um, so based on the distance that you guys were at versus the other ships that were there that also felt effects, um, on a planetary scale, the wave would be like 100 times that, and so it could be up to even 3 or 4 star systems. So it would hit at least the outer planets of the Vesperium and the outer planets of the core if detonated directly on the planet.
Okay. So it'd probably be like, from the calculations we've got from the initial data, it suggests that given the exponential release of energy for the longer or more powerful shot that it fires based off of the projections, shooting something at that scale, the backlash of soul sucking energy would be at least it would get at least parts of several systems. The outer worlds of the Vesperium and the Pact worlds both would probably be affected by it. Um, and there's no way to tell exactly how much more intense it might be at the point of firing.
Interesting.
Yeah, the last thing we wanted to do is to, fire and not finish them off and, die inside the mech that does it so that they can just pick it up and take it for themselves.
Well, here's our current problem, and she brings up the 3D vid screen. The hive has doubled in size yet again, and the number of hive ships has tripled since our last readings came in. It shows right now that we still have a slight advantage with our numbers, but in another couple of days, we could all be outnumbered. It needs to happen soon.
Even with a slight advantage of numbers, the Ravi are clever. Their thinking knows no bounds. As one of them thinks, they all think. Their tactics are immutable. Only sheer cleverness will be able to outfight them, even with a numeric advantage.
They'll be able to coordinate quicker than our computers can communicate to one another.
Hmm.
But the one thing that we've got that they don't have is we do have a certain amount of individual determination. We've shown that there is a capacity that communication doesn't necessarily always matter because, and he looks at he looks at Rim and Cloud when he says that. The fact that we're much more spread out and creative makes us a little bit more difficult to predict. Even if we're all following a battle plan, not all of us will interpret it exactly the same way. Perhaps we can exploit the advantage in the diverse way that we think by, instead of trying to coordinate as tightly as we might normal on a normal tactical military operation, instead perhaps we have units that maintain radio silence and are given very general objectives and left to determine much of it else within, making it a little harder to predict. It might make it a little bit harder to predict what exactly we're doing.
Hmm. There is potential wiseness in these words.
All we
What do
really,
you think? Temperance. Or not temperance, charity.
all we really have is this. We can't let them take away what little we have against them. We know that they're going to evolve their tactics. We know they've probably evolved entire new bioforms to fight us. But what we have that they don't, other than our secret weapon, is we have an experience that they don't. At least, these bioforms are operating only on the knowledge of the hive, not personal knowledge. We can hope that our instincts are just as keen as theirs.
Claire will nod and say, when fighting the Ravi, only one thing is certain. Decisiveness. There is to be no hesitation. Hesitation is death.
We'll need to coordinate with all the forces that are going to participate in this battle, and there's going to have to be a plan that we carry out to the letter, or as much as to the letter as one can in any combat situation.
These are all excellent points. So, we will attack. See, how long does it take to do your activities, Jesta?
You just take a downtime of a day, and I can basically, I think yeah, I'd probably put it towards charity actually, since he's the commander.
Hmm.
But I do have, what is charity's level?
At
That
this
seems out of
point,
character.
it's like 12 or 13.
So it'd be roughly 6. So in order to do this, I need to roll. Oh, well, shit. Let's see, 6 plus that's 19. So I'd have to roll I'd have to roll a 19 or better on either computers or mysticism. And have
It is a new
well,
day. Have you rolled your? Oh, look,
no, but that's a
that was an
32.
attack.
So no, the one below it is a computer's check.
Yeah, I see that now.
Yeah, that's the 32.
And
So
that's that 19 that you were looking for. Look at you.
yeah, so when we go into battle the next day, charity, you will get you make a note that you somewhere like under special abilities like temporary something or another, and then put down there that you get one reroll
Ooh.
because and Fable
I'm gonna
42,
need it.
Yeah, because Fable 42 probably sets up like a program on his comm that essentially like at the right moment will give you some warning that will allow you to have that like it basically, you know, you just be like, and the comm goes off, and I'm gonna take that reroll because the like or flashback to there was I look back, flashback to I saw this message that I might want to be aware of X, Y, or Z, and you'll get that reroll. And I want to make sure that
Right.
that's for anything because I want to make sure that what it's specific. If it's not, make sure it's not for something specific. Nope. Just 1d20 reroll.
Nice.
Delicious.
So you
So-
know, yeah, it's one of those things where like, oh, you want to peek into the future. Fable's got one peek for you that gives
If
you
a picky,
reroll.
cheeky peeky.
But I can only
Mhm.
do it. But I can only do it for one person. So, so he was going to do it for the commander because the commander is going to be key to the operation, most likely.
And to be fair, if we are in our mix, the August Travail's whole point is it's a fire support platform, so he'll be coordinating from the back. Because when I'm in siege mode, I don't go very fast. I think I can go like 1 or 2. But it like triples the range of my rocket launcher, and it turns it into a burst weapon.
Right. Awesome.
Okay, so
And I need to determine what that arrow is.
Lollipop. There's a message on your comms.
What does it say?
Father, I've discovered something. And then you see 3 shots taken within your mech. And everything is covered in a fine green moss.
I'll send back. Is that the terraforming?
That's what we got it to do on accident, Father. I wasn't expecting it to actually work. Everything is functioning as it would have without the green moss. So it seems to be mostly aesthetic, but it is live and moss.
We'll work on it more tonight. I'll send back.
Okay. So yes, you guys, the general goes, update your wills, send your vid box to your loved ones, and prepare for tomorrow. Many shall die. And we fade to black.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
So, with that in mind, Mira, why don't you go first tonight? I'll throw a monkey wrench in it.
Me?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mira, also known as Mira Shades Gaming, and tonight you caught me playing Clan Nasaravi, the showbot who's so bod. He is.
He's Elin.
Say what?
He's Illin.
He is Illin, like
Mountain
literally.
Illin.
Say what?
Mountain Illin.
Mountain Eli.
I'm sorry, my
you.
pun was missed.
No, you're good. Would you say if he was a crybaby billionaire who bought social media platforms, he'd be Elon? Anyway.
If we boo at that, will we hurt your eelings?
Oh
You know,
no. Hold
I
on, let me
think-
put up a poll. Should I have this joke or not? I will follow the poll. Sorry, too many poll options. We'll try again later. So
Yes.
enough slamming on Elon Musk for a moment. Though there is never enough. Anyway, you can also catch me on Thursdays are on hiatus until January 5th, where we will be getting back to I believe it's January 5th. Yes, it's the 5th, where we will be getting back to New Amsterdam. In the meanwhile, there's something that I'll let someone else announce if they're going to announce it, that I will be a part of. And you can catch me on Fridays for both Immortal War and Yakshas. Sorry, I had a total brain fart. The Courage the Cowardly Dog song started playing on my soundtrack, and I went, I'm sorry, what? Let's see here. You've also got Saturdays where I am in After the Bomb. Sundays I am in Gloomfall, and Tuesdays when it comes back after the holiday season, I am in Nobility and Notoriety. But yeah, that will be me. I think that's everything. Apologies if I missed anything.
Okay. Everyone send me. Oh, thank you, computer. I just got it. Everyone else that isn't computers, send me your player's choice votes. And then, Scott.
Oh, sorry. I'm typing and trying to do that. The keyboard's acting up. But yes, I'm Scott with a weird acting up computer. Or Brim, I blew thing's brain out with Mind Trust, and then I cut off an arm. That was cool. What else am I in? So when New Amsterdam comes back, I'll be in there. We'll be doing stuff. And for some reason, everybody thinks I need psychiatric help in that character, but he doesn't see it. But whatever. Let's see. And then Saturday we got After the Bomb. I'm in that where I get blamed for people getting shot, whether I'm there or not. Gloomfall. I did a sermon, brought more people because we don't have enough people in the house. And then back to the other Saturday in the Doctor Who game. It's the opposite of After the Bomb. And, well, they actually used story points correctly in this game and decided to derail my original story. So I have to come up with plans, and that's awesome. I love it when they do that. The players were awesome. They came up with a plan, caught me off guard as a GM, and used story points to change the complete narrative of the game. And I am happy about it. That's good. Was that everything? Yes, I think that was everything at the moment. Yes.
And the supervillain of streaming.
Yep, I'm the computer king, the supervillain of streaming, who first day with the new mouth. Tripping over my own words. Yep, as Claire said, if we are not decisive, we're going to be defeated by the Ravi. Or in other words, Showbody once told me the swarm was going to roll me.
What? Get out! Get off my channel!
That was okay, great. Anyway,
Yeah. Other than this, I'm on Thursdays when it comes back on the 5th of January. I'll be in New Amsterdam as Payne Dexter, who's he hasn't forgotten about the Nick Cages, and but we've got another job to do where he gets to jump out of a AV and do a roll on a roof. He hopes. Uh, Watch me mess up a roll that day and just flop right on my face. On alternating Fridays, I'm in Yakshas, where I'm John Howler Zulu, who has a little bit of monkey in him and therefore puts a lot of monkey in his mechs. And on the other Fridays, I'm in the Immortal War, because I can't remember the title of the thing. As a sneaky Lily Clan Shinobi Shugenja samurai, triple S. And he's sneaky. And, well, we just had the Emperor make an announcement, and, well, it wasn't really an announcement, but everybody's happy about not the emperor, the shogun. Sorry, yeah, the emperor was there too, because that's how things go when the emperor's the kid and the shogun's the person who's really in charge. And
the
I'm
Shogun
talking
did
too
something,
much.
and the Emperor was there too.
Exactly. And that's all I got. Who's next?
That leaves my favorite Punim.
Hi ho,
Oh.
friend dollars. My name is Rowan, otherwise known as iHeartCut. Me here today playing Charity and Temperance. Man, Temperance is getting a lot of use because people are like, high level biohacker. We don't need NPCs anymore. And he's just like, yes. You can also catch me here on Wednesdays where I play Sinel in Over the Horizon, who is slightly more social than Temperance, but is also a snake in more ways than one. You can also find me here on Thursdays whenever we get back to Thursdays for New Amsterdam, where there's going to be all kinds of fun. Probably a whole lot of sadness because it's cyberpunk. But at least we're not no goddamn corpos. Can also catch me here, depending on the Friday, either running Yakshas, where my players commit war crimes, or the Immortal War, where my players just are super horny. Like, nani the fuck. And that is it for me.
All right, Jester, did I forget about you? Okay, well then check your chart and go ahead.
Okay. Hola, I am Majestic Zerat. You can catch me here, well, you caught me here tonight playing Fable 42, the temporal warrior with so much crazy shit going on, and he's, trying to indemnify a few things and upgrading and stuff. Give characters of this level the money to get upgrades and see what happens. Suddenly we look more sci-fi than we ever did. Fucking counting down all the body modifications we're doing. You can catch me on Sundays when we come back for Gloomfall as Jodin, the deepworm dro that is hiding the fact that he's a bit more than just, a dragon-blooded dro noble who, has a real interest in business. He's a telepath, but nobody knows it.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And we may have some other things in the work. I'm still working on the plannings for some things down the road, but so stay tuned for a few announcements here and there as we go. And I think that's all I've got for right now.
All right, so that leaves me, David the Gnome. We're going to do the bookkeeping right now. Everyone get 90,000 experience. Yes, you heard me correctly, 90,000. And as for the player's choice, the only one that did not vote for Clea was himself. So Clea, you get an extra 10,000. Did I lose everybody?
Nope, still here.
Aw, so I got 100k experience?
Yeah.
Wunderbar, thank you, guys. I appreciate that. That brings me up a level.
Yay.
Yay.
Nice.
All right. So other than that, like I said, I'm David the Gnome. I play here on Monday nights with these guys. And this has been a lot of fun so far, but as you can tell, some of them are getting fairly high level. So the big battle is coming. Because corporate Walmart sucks, the Jester will not be available next Monday. So the next time we will actually play will be January 2nd. Other than that, I play in Victory League, and that's really it. So let's get a Ravi Kala and get the heck out of here, guys.
Ravi,
Ravi
Kala.
Kala.
Ravi Kala!